Hello, this is Gary the Coconut bringing you the third part to my How to Get Out of Bronze series. This is a game between Pedoka and myself, Gary Coconut. So this is a Zerg vs. Terran. This is going to be a similar strategy that I used in the first part of the series, but it is quite a different game. I picked this one for last because it is exciting, and this Terran player is a much more difficult opponent than in the last game, so I did want to save the best for last. As a result, this is a bit of a longer game. Let's get that production tab up. So, to summarize what we have learned so far, the three main things I want you to focus on to get out of bronze are mineral saturation, scouting, and upgrades. And I believe that if you are competent at doing those three things, you will easily get out of Bronze League. I did some coaching, or I coached somebody and I just taught him these three things, and he did get out of Bronze League in about 10 games. And so if you have success from any of this, let me know, and I'd love to hear a success story. And if you have any other suggestions and tips that would make this better, please let me know that as well. So let's begin with mineral saturation. Again, I just want to touch on all these 3 points throughout the game. And so for close mineral patches, you need 2 drones to saturate each mineral patch. On the far ones, you need 2 to 3. So as you see, let's find a far one. This one has 2. So there, as soon as this drone comes back, there is going to be a time right there that there was this mineral patch wasn't mined. It was just a split of a second, but that starts to add up. So if you have this base fully saturated with 8 mineral patches, you should have hopefully 4 close and 4 far. And so you want to have that maxed out at 20 drones just for the mineral patches. Of course, 3 for the geysers. And I did do a fast expand into a spawning pool. So that I do want this to be a more macro game. That, of course, meaning I want it to be longer, focusing more on my upgrades and everything. Hopefully a nice summary of all the things we talked about. He is scouting. As he does scout, he doesn't just say, now where's my opponent? He is checking to make sure that I have my expansion. He wants to see if I have any units, if I'm going to be attacking quickly, or if I'm going a tech route. Those are the things that he is looking for. And I don't even know if I scouted him. Not yet. I was just going on a prayer, I guess. Okay, so again, if you're watching a pro game, they'll do something like highlight their drones and just do a quick little count. They know how many. They can just look at this and tell if they have enough drones based on the picture, and they'll say I want to have 20 drones or something on their mineral patches, and that's how they do it. I just quickly look at it and I see if there's any blink like that one, so I'll know, okay, this needs another drone. But if you do this correctly, you should be able to have an expansion every 5 minutes. And how I do that is, as I'm scouting, I see how big his army is. He is going for a longer game as well. I will say, okay, just to make sure I'm going to have an army, I will, once this base is saturated, I'll only build units from this base. I'll only build drones from this base. Of course, I build the drones first at this base. And then whatever minerals I have left over, I'll start building army units, so attacking units. And then when I can't do that fast enough and I have 300 excess minerals, that's when it's time to expand. And I normally am able to do this every 5 minutes. So at the 10-minute mark, I should have 3 bases. And I don't think that works for all races, but that's how I do it. And so you should adapt that to your own gameplay and just try to get a good timing on when to expand, when to have your drones saturated, and that stuff like that. Now, this next part. Okay, so we know when to expand, how to saturate our minerals, and how do I know when to tech up? That's the next thing I want to talk about. How do I know when to get my layer, my hive? For the other races, you're going to have to build your other tech buildings. It's very simple. I'm going to focus on getting my upgrades, and I will upgrade my tech as I upgrade my upgrades. I'll only be able to get 1-1 here on my hatch, so I have to upgrade to a layer to get my 2-2, and I want those upgrades to be running smoothly. So as soon as I do my 1-1, then my next move will be to get a layer. And then as I get my 2-2, my next move will be to get my hive. And it just flows so nicely. You don't have to worry about, oh, I don't know when to do this, I don't know when to do that. It just flows very nicely. Now I purposefully take some drones here, and I don't think that in Bronze League you should worry about splitting your drones, because it is just one of those things. I think you should focus more on mineral saturation, but I did split them for a few reasons that I don't really want to get into. I think that's more for higher league play. I'm in Gold League, which is it's not impressive or anything, but it is out of bronze, and that's all that I'm training you to do. So I do have my Evo chambers, and I should be getting my upgrades before getting my layer. That is not ideal. I must have had some reason to do that, which I don't remember at this time. And so far nothing has really happened. So at the 8-minute mark, if nobody's attacking you, that's when I watch programs, that's what I say, how quickly they get maxed out on units, 200. They usually do so by 15 minutes if nobody is attacking each other, and they can do that even quicker if they are good. You know, obviously they're good. So I am doing my scouting here. I'm trying to see if he has expanded or not. And if he hasn't expanded, I should be worried, because I have expanded. And if he hasn't, then he probably is going some tech way that is going to really ruin my day, which he has. I have my Evo chambers, but I don't have any spore crawlers. Hopefully I decide to get a few of those. But I do have my queens, and I have my layers, so I can get detection, so that's fine. So I will be able to hold this off, but I am going to lose a lot of units. And if you look at that loss tab, this Banshee is being very cost effective, and that is no good. But since I have been droning so hard, if you look at the unit tab, I still have so many more drones than him, and he's already killed so many drones. I was so far ahead in the drone count, I don't even care that he killed all my drones. I've got a ton of minerals saved up. I can resaturate my base instantly, no problem. Now we have those upgrades on the way. I am going to be focusing on my Zerglings, because even though I did see a Banshee, I think that was just for harassment. I don't think he's going to be doing that too much more. I think my queens will be able to hold it off. I'm just not worried about it. At the 10-minute mark, there goes my third hatchery. Even though I did have some harassment, look how quickly this is resaturated. It's not even a problem. I do still have my third up, and I'm not even worried about it. I'm going to be doing a counterattack. This is not really attacking. This is more of scouting. I just want to see how big his army is. I want to see what units he's going. He is going the hard counter to my build, which is Banshees and Hellions. And that's bad news for me, but guess what? I'm going to do it anyway, because I'm trying to prove a point here. And my 1-1 is still going. I just wanted this to be a macro game, or a longer game, so I decided to just kind of hang out. So I did see those Hellions, so I did decide to get a Roach Warren, and I will do that eventually. He does have 2 more Banshees here. Are they going to be effective? I do have a Spore Crawler. I have my Queen. But he does have 2 this time, so it's not going to go so well. My Queen goes down very quickly. No good, I'm losing more drones. I have my other Queen right here. Just kill the 1. Just kill the 1. He did macro, or he did micro that Banshee away. Very good on his part. But he is focusing on things that he shouldn't focus on. There's that Spore Crawler. It's going to help me out. He does get out of there. But again, look how many minerals I have up. I need to be expanding again, even though I don't even have this saturated. So, because I'm focusing on my mineral saturation, and I just have more money than I know what to do with, and that's the situation you will find yourself in. I just am sitting on my base. I'm not worrying too much about what he's doing. I'm throwing a few units at him to see how big his army is every once in a while. But I'm focusing more on getting my upgrades. See, I have my 2 on the way. So I knew I needed to get my hive, because I'm going to need that 3 soon. I'm upgrading. I should be at 4 bases. I do this so often. I should be at 3 bases in 4 bases in 3 minutes. We'll see how I do. We will see. So again, he is harassing, but he hasn't really upset me that much. I do have an army in case he attacks. I will be able to hold this off for a little while. We will see what happens. So let's see what my vision looks like. I'm doing a horrible job at scouting, but for this game, it's been enough. He hasn't thrown any surprises at me. So I've been more focused on mineral saturation than scouting. And I think that's how it should be. I think you should learn how to saturate your minerals first. I think that's the thing you should learn first before you do the other things that I'm trying to hit on. So now I am starting to saturate this base, which is good for me. If we look at that drone count, I'm still ahead, even though he's killed so many. If we look at the units killed, then look at that. He's killed 16 drones. That's not good on my part, but I'm not even worried about it. I'm doing so fine. How do we get rid of that again? Alright, just ignore the details, technical difficulties. I do have these spore crawlers up in case more banshees come. Now this is scouting, and I want you to see my vision real quick because this is pretty. Don't worry about it. But this is scouting. I'm not planning on ending the game or anything. I just want to see if he's still on 2 base or if he has another base. Now I do. Wait. Okay. So we look at my vision here. Now I did send my Zerglings in without really paying attention. I'm focusing more on my macro. So I say, oh, I'm going to get my geysers. I'm going to do this. And I did look away because I wasn't watching my army. And then I go, oh, yes, this is looking great. I'm doing so good on my macro. I should have my 4th base soon. Oh, wait, where's my army? Where did my army go? Whoops. So that was a mistake on my part. I did look at the... And so he says, oh, he has no army. It's time to attack. Now look at this. I'm way behind. His army is the hard counter to what I'm going, which is upgraded Zerglings. He's going to fly in. He has Banshees and Hellions. This is not looking good for me at all. I'd say that he is feeling pretty confident that this is the end of the game. And he has Marines, which do good against mutas, but he is sending them in a single file. I have a good angle. I say GG. I actually thought this game was over. Look, I'm so far behind. There's just no chance that this is ever going to do good. I have 4 mutas, 5 mutas now. And this just is not looking good for me. So I did throw down a GG, but I didn't give up. I am going to just keep going. All my drones getting roasted. He is now ahead. This is so bad for me. And that was because I just did that simple mess up. I looked away I wasn't doing good scouting. If I still had all those Zerglings, I'd be in a lot better shape than I am right now. And if we look at that units lost tab, ouch. I'm just doing so bad. It's so bad. Oh, and he doesn't have any upgrades. That's good for me. Let's see if he's upgraded his Marines at all. No upgrades. Where am I at on the upgrades? I'm finished with 3 attack. I need to, and my 3 attack is on the way. And have I upgraded those mutas? Yep, I do have 1 attack there. So I am upgraded. My army tab is now ahead. How the heck did that happen? I was just able to hold it off with the mutas. Once I have all the upgrades I need, then I change all the gas into the mutas. That was my strategy. Do I have adrenal? Yep, I have adrenal done. So that is good. So now what did I do? Let's see. Now look at look how devastating his attack was. And I'm already almost fully saturated again. This base is definitely oversaturated. You can tell when the drones start bouncing around that it's oversaturated. This base, now saturated. This base, good enough. I need to even expand. I'm doing so good at that. So even though his attack was very devastating, I'm already ahead. And I'm fully upgraded. I'm on my way to attack 3. And so I didn't give up. I thought the game was over, but I didn't give up. I'm still playing. And now I'm in pretty good shape. I'm going to go ahead and get my 4th expansion even. And now let's see if these mutas can get anything finished. Hopefully I am going to be not turned away again so I don't lose my whole army this time. And if, oh man, the shark. So he did scout me. I did switch to roaches, which aren't upgraded, but since he is going so Hellion heavy, I decided to stop being stubborn and just to go roaches and then hopefully reinforce with zerglings. Now I just want to poke in, and this is more scouting. This isn't, I just want to see what he's doing. So now he's lots of Marines, lots of Vikings, and that's good for me because he doesn't know, but I am switching my tech to roach right now. So this is just scouting is all that was. I didn't plan on killing anything. If I kill something, great, but if not, that's not what the goal of that was. I was just scouting. So now we look at my roaches. Look how far ahead I am in supply. I'm just curious what his APM is. His APM is almost twice mine. I'm not good at math, don't judge. And, oops, I always do that. And now he is moving out. I have much more supply than him, but he does have Marines. They're not upgraded, and he has 0 upgrades. And this is what you will encounter in Bronze League a whole lot more than in Gold League. In Gold League there are a lot of my... He is just now starting to get upgrades at 20 minutes into the game. A little late. But he is engaging on creep. And now it's a little more in my favor. I do have 2 zeros, so I'm much more ahead of the upgrade. I did want to upgrade my Lings, but I just now have 3 armor on the way, my attack on the way. So that went very different. He does have Banshees, which I can't attack, but because of that 2 armor, they have 3 armor. So for every 12 damage, he's actually only doing 9 damage. So these roaches can sit there and tank for quite a bit, and this roach is actually just a decoy, so that my mutas can fly in and take out that Banshee. Yes, beautiful. And now if you look at that production, I do have 20 more roaches on the way. And that is because I do have such good supply, or such good mineral saturation. I can easily afford sending in reinforcements. I like to just throw all my overlords at a spore crawler. And that's that. I think we can safely assume how this game is going to end. Which is good because my hand is falling asleep on this mouse. Ugh, so much casting today. Alright, so summary, mineral saturation, scouting, and upgrades. And do that. If you can do that effectively, you should have no problem getting out of Bronze League. So I hope this tutorial was helpful for you. There is still some time left on the game, so I will just let it finish out. But I mean, it's pretty obvious where this is going. I need to just kill the supply depot already. Not so good at my math. And that's because hopefully I'm not paying too much attention to this. I am still macroing, but he's not a quitter either. So he's not just going to leave this game. And I am so far ahead that I'm not too worried about. I'm just more finishing the game, and I'm not too worried about macroing or expanding or anything. I feel like I'm in a high enough lead that I can just go ahead and finish the game now. And so that's that. I will go ahead and speed this up so we can see how this game ends. It is pretty nice when you're Terran and you can fly your buildings. That is so nice. I kind of wish that Zerg buildings could burrow. I think that would be fair. No, I guess that's OP, but Terran buildings can burrow, so they can burrow and fly. It'd be nice if Zerg could burrow, but that's a little unfair. Alright, enough of that. So, again, please leave me some feedback on what you think of this, if you have any suggestions. What helped you most to get out of Bronze League? What do you think I should include? What did I not do well? Give me some feedback so that I can improve. I hope you enjoyed this series. This is not going well. He is scattering his buildings. And I don't say this is bad. I mean, I could have just as easily left the game when I was so far behind. So he thinks he might have a chance, but I am maxed out at the 25-minute mark. So if you're playing a game and you want to compare to me, hopefully you're maxed out by the 25. That's pretty slow. Pros are maxed out in 15 minutes or sooner. So that is always my goal, is try to be maxed out that quickly. And I never get it. And I do have, and he does have a Banshee, but I don't even care. I mean, he can just blast away all day, these roaches. They now have 3 armor, so each shot from this Banshee is only doing 8 damage. And you see there's 2 bullets there, each one is doing 8 damage. But it's just, I'm not even worried about it. So now I did find these mutas, finish up the game, he did give me the GG, and that was it. So, this is Gary the Coconut, and that's it.